Don't try to be perfect. Just try to be better than you were yesterday. That's a challenge, but you know what? It's measurable. You can take it in little bites. Just be better than you did yesterday. Little by little, bit by bit, breath by breath. Hi, I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is Piper. That's Bonnie. And this is your yoga from home. That's the best part. Do this yoga from your home, from the privacy of your own home, dressed the way you want, with the props you want, taking the breaks you want, making it look the way that feels best for your body. Bottom of the screen says, do what's right for your body. Don't worry what the poses look like. Don't worry at all. Think about how they feel. That's what you want to do. You want them to feel really good. That's the thing. It's your body. Don't hurt it. If something hurts, back out of it. Don't do it. Every pose is not meant for everybody. This is our BS practice. BS stands for balance and strength. This practice, every day our practices are different, but this practice on Tuesdays and Sundays will help make you stronger and help you balance better, and that's all really important. I said Sunday, I meant Saturday. See, nobody's perfect, right? All right, Saturdays and Tuesdays are our balance and strength practice. Okay, word to think about as you practice today is the word drive. There it is, drive. You're in the driver's seat. You're in the driver's seat of your health, your wealth, everything you got. You are the driver. Drive means to cause to move forward, to keep going, and that's what we all want to do, right? Today, you're going to need some props. Eye shade. I'm going to start with the best ones first. The eye shade to cover your eyes for final Shavasana. A little hand towel can slip under your knees when we do that lunge, or you can use it to cover your eyes. 2 yoga blocks, you might want to use those for the lunges and for when we do half pigeon to slip it under your bottom to keep you honest in your hips. Some water, you're going to want that, and I've got a strap too. You might want to use that for poses like dancer or any way you want to creatively use it. I'm not going to use it today because we're going to move quick through this practice. This is a vinyasa flow. One breath, one movement, basically is how it goes. You got your props, don't stress out. You can do this practice because you do it your way. Strive for progress, not perfection. Come on up to a standing position as we lock in a stress number in our mind. We do that every day. Stress number, what is it? On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10, how are you feeling? What's going on? Just lock that number in. All right, root into your feet. Bring your hands to prayer center. Close your eyes. This pose has a name. It's called Samastitihi. Shoulders are soft, feet are rooted, eyes are closed, if that's comfortable for you. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Sigh it out through your mouth. Let it go. As you practice, think inside about you. Think about strength. Think about capability. Think about the effort you're putting in, and in a little short time, the accomplishment that you will have achieved. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and a big breath out through your mouth. Let it go. Blink your eyes open. Let's go into our extended mountain pose. Lift your arms high up to the sky. Take a deep breath in. And a deep shoulder softening breath out. Next big inhale, we're going to do a swan dive as we exhale. So breathe in, fingers lengthen, exhale, tee out your arms, hinge forward. Take that forward fold. Let your arms come down near your calves, your feet. On an inhale, sweep the arms up, extended mountain. Fingers reach high. This time, add in a little back bend. Look up towards your fingers. Send your chest and hips forward, chest up to the sky. Take a little back bend. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, arms tee out, swan dive on down, forward fold. Reach for your feet, your calves. Inhale, arms sweep up. Extended mountain, find length. Take your baby back bend. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, swan dive it on down. Arms tee out, reach your hands toward your feet. Let it all go. Hollow out your belly, crown of the head toward the earth. Inhale, arms sweep up, extended mountain. Take that little baby back bend. Inhale, back up to center. Now palm tree pose. Interlace your fingers, palms high to the sky. Start to sway from side to side. Oh, this one feels really good. Should feel good. If it doesn't feel good, back out of it. Maybe put a bend in your elbows. Maybe that feels good. Just wake up your side body. Oh, you really feel the stretch. Big breath in. Sigh it out. Nobody's listening. You're at home. Let it go. When you're ready, come back to the midline of your body. Let your arms float on down by your sides. Let's do those big arm circles with the bend in the knees. So start with your arms, circle them to the back of the room. Breathe. I don't know how big your arm circles are, and it really doesn't matter. You do what feels good for your shoulders. Now add in your knees. When the hands come down, let the knees bend. Arms come up, knees straighten. So wake up those big joints, wake up those knees. Breathe. Take your arm circles in the other direction. You can feel the blood flowing, can't you? That's what we're after here in this little warm-up that we pretty much do every day when we practice. Let's finish up. Come on up to standing. Arms down by your sides. Take a big breath in. Big shoulder softening breath out, big coat swing. Start to sway from side to side, twisting in the hips, letting your hand touch your hip, your backside. Just a nice little controlled twist here. Imagine your arms is really heavy. Don't hold on to them. Breathe. Maybe take your twist a little deeper. Breathe. Most important part. Are you sighing it out? Are you making some sounds? Do it. Let some stress go. Let's finish up in this pose. Come back to the midline of your body. Take in big extended mountain pose, lifting the arms high to the sky. Hands back to prayer center. Come back to that Samastitihi pose. Remember the things that we suggested. Strength, capability, effort, accomplishment. Hinge forward now. Hands come down to your mat. Walk them forward. Bend your knees. Come into a child's pose. Any way you like. I'll show you a couple of ways. We do this just about every practice too. Knees can be together, big toes touching, hips back toward your heels. They don't have to sit on them. Just send them on back. You can have a block or 2 or 5 to bring the ground up to you. Rest your head. Arms back to the back of the room. You can have a block or no blocks at all. You decide. In this classic variation of child's pose, lengthen through your spine, soften through your shoulders, fingers reach toward the bottom of your mat. An option is your extended child's pose. For that, knees are spread wide. Hips go back, just like in the other pose. Hips go back to your heels. Arms reach forward this time. And you can sink your forehead down to a block or blocks or the mat. Take a deep breath in and a deep sighing breath out. Nestle in here and enjoy this pose. Focus on what you're learning about your body. Focus on what you're learning and not what you're losing. Focus on what you're gaining in your practice. Focus on where you're improving, where it feels good. Focus on the progress, not perfection. Take a deep breath in and a deep sighing breath out. Now, if you like, engage your Ujjayi Pranayama breath. All that is keeping your lips closed and breathing in and out of your nose if that feels right for you today. Focus on the deep breaths in with the shoulders and the back expanding to the sides and the top of your room. And as you exhale, really let your belly sink toward the earth, your chest to sink toward the earth as you let it all go. So I probably don't have to tell you, your ankles are getting a good stretch, as are your quadriceps and your knees. If you're in the extended child's pose like I am, your shoulders are getting a nice stretch. Your spine is lengthening as you send the crown of your head to the front of your room, and imagine your tailbone going even more to the back of your room. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Come back to your child's pose anytime you want to. You create this practice the way that your body needs it to be. This is a good pose in which to stay. Another deep cycle of breath. And as you're ready, slide your hands so that they're under your shoulders. Bring your knees underneath your hips. Tuck your toes towards your shins. Send your hips high up to the sky. Guess what? You're in a downward facing dog pose. You've heard of this one before, and you've done it a lot if we've practiced together. Hands shoulder width distance apart. Feet hip width distance apart. Elevate your heels ever so slightly. Press harder into your hands and imagine that tailbone going higher to the sky. Now your neck, let it chill out. Relax in the shoulders, relax in the neck. Circle the head around a couple of times. Now your heels are elevated, so start to pedal them out toward the earth. Ooh, feel that stretch all up the back of your leg, especially in your Achilles tendon and your calves. But you can feel it all the way up to your glutes, can't you? Breathe. Shake your neck, let it be loose. You're gonna come back to downward facing dog a lot. So the biggest thing I'd say about this pose is keep your neck nice and loose and your tailbone high to the sky. Still your feet. Walk your feet up to meet your hands, or walk your hands back to meet your feet. Your feet are hip width distance apart, a perfect place to be for ragdoll pose. Bend your elbows, sending hands to opposite elbow creases. Crown of the head toward the earth. Little bend in your knees. Feels really nice. Try it and see if you like it. Crown of the head toward the earth. Let's now start to sway gently from side to side. Decompress and loosen up that low back where we hold so much tension. Breathe. Most important part, keep your breaths long and deep. And if you notice your breath becomes shallow, or if you're trying to hold your breath, back out of the pose. It means it's too intense for right now. Let's finish up. Come back to the midline of your body. Give your toes a wiggle as you lift them off the mat. Release your hands to the earth. When you're ready, roll your spine up one vertebra at a time. Think of stacking from the bottom all the way up, keeping your chin to your chest as you come on up to standing. Send your arms high up to the sky, extended mountain. Let's do Chaturanga Dandasana. Exhale, hands through prayer center, fold forward. Bring your hands to your shins as you come into a tabletop position in a halfway lift. Press into your shins, shoulders are squeezed back towards your spine, halfway lift. Exhale the air out of your lungs. Bring your hands down, walk them forward into a high plank. In your high plank, hold it here for a second. Now, if you don't like high planks, if they don't feel good for you, take it back to your downward facing dog, a great pose in which to be. I'm going to go from a high plank to a low plank, bending the elbows, hugging them in toward the ribs, flipping the feet to the top of the feet or on your mat, straightening the arms, coming up to a upward facing dog. You can be down on your knees if that feels better. Go for it. Upward facing dog. Let's go to down dog. First thing you do, flip your feet back to a natural position. Send your hips high as you press into your hands. Now you're in a downward facing dog. When you're ready, feet walk to hands or hands walk to feet. Arms sweep up, extended mountain. Breathe, lengthen up. You got it. Exhale, hands through prayer center, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your shins, back is flat, shoulders squeeze to the spine. Exhale, plant your hands and walk it forward. Maybe you go to a down dog, or maybe you go to a high plank. Maybe you take your high plank to a low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog on the tops of your feet. Exhale, down dog. Hips go high, pedal it out. Walk your hands to meet your feet or the other way around. Sweep your arms on up, extended mountain. Breathe. Blood's flowing now, isn't it? Exhale, hands through prayer center, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Plant your hands again and do what you like. Down dog or high plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathe and pedal. Finish up. Still your feet. Tailbone high to the sky. Breathe. Walk your feet to your hands or hands to your feet. Arms sweep up, extended mountain. Take a deep breath in and a deep shoulder softening breath out. Let's go into chair pose. How would you do that? Just like you're sitting in a little teeny chair right behind you. Bend in your knees and just shift the weight back a little bit. Just like you're getting ready to sit down. Play with it for a second. Maybe hands on your thighs make you feel more stable. Sit a little bit lower. Bring your bottom down. Knees are over your ankles. Breathe here. Sit a little bit lower. Hi, Tammy, Lynn, Cedric, Sherry, Stan, Betty. Oh, preparing for a hurricane. That's not good. Liz, Marietta, Tina, Steve, Rena. Good to see you guys. All right, how are you doing? Sink a little bit lower. This is part of your chair pose. Let's add the arms in. Lengthen through your arms. They act as a nice little counterbalance. Chair pose, sink a little bit lower. Have you ever taken it this low before? Stick with it. You'll get it. Breathe. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sit lower. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sit lower. One more big lengthen. Exhale, hands to purse center. Straighten your legs and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to your shins. Back is flat. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat. Let's do a Chaturanga Dandasana. High plank. Remember, you don't have to do it at all. Go back to your down dog if you want. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Hips are high. Let's kick the right leg high to the sky. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge. Bring the right foot forward. Left foot is down. Right toes shine to the short side of your mat. Sink on down. Back foot, left foot, pinky side is parallel to the short side of your mat. All right, so what we're gonna do, bend the front knee, the right knee, bringing the right knee over the ankle. This is your warrior two pose. Arms tee out, reach in both directions. Gaze to the right. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown of your head. And as you exhale, reach to the front of the room. Then tick-tock your arms, 6 and 12. Left arm goes up, right arm goes down. Check out your right knee, make sure it's over the ankle. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Hold tightly. You really feel it in your adductor muscles. Lengthen up here, lengthen through fingertip to fingertip. Stretch, really stretch. You got it. Look up to your left hand. On your next inhale, we'll take it to a reverse warrior. Inhale, rise on up, back to that starting position. Right arm goes high, left arm goes down your back leg. Reach through your right fingers, reach high, look up, breathe. When you're ready, exhale. Cartwheel your arms, and let's do Chaturanga Dandasana again. All right, hands surround the right front foot. Right foot goes back to meet the left. High plank to low plank, or your modification. Inhale, upward facing dog. Toes flip, exhale, downward facing dog. We have another side to do. So pedal it out for a moment. When you're ready, still your feet. Left foot kicks high. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge. Rise on up to standing. All 10 feet, all 10 feet, all 10 toes. Both feet are planted on your mat. Sink into the left front leg. Left knee over left ankle. Arms tee out. Hug and squeeze that mat in. Look to the left. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, reach. Tick-tock, 6 and 12. Reach. All you got, reach. Let it feel good. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm down, left arm up. Look up. Breathe. Cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana, or whatever you like. Left foot meets right. High plank to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Walk your feet to meet your hands, or your hands to meet your feet. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, chair pose. Reach and sit lower. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sit lower. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sit lower. Last one, I promise. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, straighten the legs. Hands to prayer center. Fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Back is flat. Exhale, hands come down. Chaturanga Dandasana. High plank. Shoulders are over your wrists. Low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg kicks high. Exhale, right foot between the two front hands. Inhale, rise up. Back foot planted. Sink into your front knee. Tee out the arms. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, look to the right and reach to the right. Inhale, reach left arm up, right arm down. Breathe, exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm high, left arm low. Exhale, cartwheel your arms. Surround the foot. Foot goes back. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal it out. And let's do the other side. Left leg kicks high. Exhale, sweep it through. Low lunge. Inhale, rise on up. Arms tee out. Sink on down. Squeeze the mat. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale, look left and reach left. Tick-tock your arms, 6 and 12. Bottom arm can push that knee to the back wall. Breathe, stretch in both directions. Inhale, rise up, right arm down. Left arm high for your reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana. Left foot meets right. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Pedal and breathe. And then finish. Hover your knees above your mat. Hinge your shoulders over your wrists. Hold it here in a bear plank. Hold it and breathe, breathe, breathe. You got it. You're strong. Push the earth away. Finish. Come down to your knees. Grab a drink of water and come onto your bottom. How are you doing? That was quick. I hope you liked it. Blood's flowing, right? Grab a drink and we'll do some other little core things. Have you ever had a bag stir before? Bag stir is one of those big, like contractor trash cans you put out in your yard so you can throw all kinds of construction debris or lawn debris or whatever out. We had one the other day. A bear got into it. It was a mess. Anyway, that's why we did our bear plank today, just thinking about the bear. All right, Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups. Soles of the feet touch. Hike your heels up towards your groin. Come on, you can do it. Hike them up, hike them up, hike them up. Knees fall toward the earth. Lengthen up through your spine. Hold on here. Big breath in, lengthen up. Big breath out. Adjust your heels so they're a little more comfortable. Hands to prayer center. You can have your strap nearby if you want to use it for both. It's your call. When you're ready, slowly come to recline. Hands are back in that Samastitihi pose like we did for prayer. Thinking strength, capability, effort, and accomplishment. Come on down. Hike your heels up. More towards your groin. Fingertips lightly at your temples. Elbows open wide, knees open wide. You got this. Maybe you stay here. That feels pretty good. All right, when you're ready, chin up to the sky as you exhale. Let it go and come on down. Chin up, chin up. Keep your chin up. Chin up toward the sky, lift and lower. Little teeny sit-ups. You really tend to feel it in your low belly, don't you? Now your chin is what is guiding up to the sky. Breathe. Let's come on down, all the way down. Let's do bicycle pose. Take the variation you like. Bring the knees together. Soles of the feet can stay on your mat if that feels good for your low back. Hands are at your temples. You can peel your shoulders up and work opposite knee in the direction, or I'll work the opposite elbow in the direction of the opposite knee. Another variation. Shoulders stay down, knees lift, knees over hips, shins parallel to the sky. You can ride a recumbent bike, driving your heels toward the front of the room. Ah, that feels good. Or you can combine it all together. Why not? Fingers lightly at the ears. Press on up, opposite elbow toward opposite knee. Breathe. Another way to have fun with this is to straighten your legs and scissor kick them. Whew. Breathe. Remember to breathe. Maybe you're breathing in and out of your mouth. Let some heat go. Let's finish. Take a break. Send the legs long. Send the arms high overhead. Stretch it out in what's called a stick pose. You look like a big number one, because you are number one. You are number one, the number one person you should be taking care of. And your yoga is doing just that. All right, stick pose. Let's take it to boat. Here's where you could use your strap if you want. If you know how to use it, go for it. I'm gonna bend my knees, take my hands behind my hamstrings, and I'm gonna rock and roll up a couple of times. This can be fun too. If you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, check with your doctor. Not a good idea to rock on your spine, probably. But your doctor knows best. Check with her or him. Come on up to seated. Find your balance here. Shoulders are back. Don't be rounded. Shoulders are back. Back is nice and flat. One foot can be on the ground or the other, or you can lift both of them up. You can hold right here and play with this with your strong core. Lean back a little more, squeezing the shoulders back, and hold here. Now, you can extend one leg straight, or the other, or both. Hold it here. Lean back some more, like you're in a beach chair. Maybe one arm extends. Maybe the second arm extends. Maybe both arms extend. Hold. Breathe here. Maybe the arms come up a little higher. Play with those too. See what works for you. And you know, if you got the strap, you've got it under your feet, center of the strap, and you're pulling onto the strap like reins of a horse. Hold here, and then let's finish. Oh, let's finish. Bend your knees. Hike your heels up closer to your bottom. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Tuck your forehead toward your knees. Whew, does that feel good in your back? All right, let's take the weight out of our feet. Maybe you come up onto your toes or take it even farther. Press on up, lean on back, circle the ankles this way and that. Breathe, maybe forehead comes towards your knees. There's a balancing pose. Let's do some more. Plant the sole of your feet on your mat. Let's crisscross at the ankles, hinge forward, hands come down, press your hips on up, back to your downward facing dog. Shake your neck. Remember, it's important to keep it loose. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. When you're ready, right leg kicks high to the sky. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge. Right foot is in between the two front hands. All 10 toes are pointing to this top of your mat. Rise on up, back heel is lifted off of your mat. Sink on down, putting a nice generous bend, I guess in both knees, keeping the right knee over the right ankle. You can hold it right here. You can add in the arms, lift them on up to the sky. If you don't like it, you can sink the knee all the way down to the mat. Arms lift, breathe, take a little back bend. Arms go back up to the sky. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Take a big breath in, lengthen up. And on this exhale, twist to the right. Left elbow outside of your right knee. Hands are stacked on top of each other. Inhale, lengthen up as you look at your foot. Exhale, twist and look to your hands. Maybe inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, twist and look to your elbow. Maybe inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, twist and look over your shoulder. It's all good, whether you're on your knee or slightly lifted. You decide. Let's finish here. Slowly come back to center. Let's take it to a runner's lunge. Bring your back foot down so the top of the back foot's on your mat. Maybe find a block. Slip your right foot, wiggle it up to the top right corner of your mat. Left leg goes long on your mat. You can slip a towel under there if that feels better. Press into your block. Maybe open up the right foot onto the pinky edge side. You could have no block at all and press into your hands. That works too. You could use the block and slip down to your forearms on the block. Lengthen through your spine. Find length here in your runner's lunge. You could also slip all the way down to your elbows. Let's come out of it. Press into your hands. We're not there very long. We're gonna now do a side plank. Send your right leg, the one in the front, send it back to meet your left leg. Let's come into a side plank. You could stay on your bottom knee if you want, but this right arm, the left arm, that's the correct arm, the left arm. Shoulder over the wrist, legs can go long, or as I said, you can be on your knee. You could kickstand your feet or stack your ankles. Right arm goes high to the sky. Press into the earth, look up to your right arm. Breathe, find your balance, and then finish. Right arm comes down, and you come back to a down dog. Pedal it out. Kick your left leg high. Sweep it through to a low lunge. In this low lunge, remember, you can rise on up, finding the bend in both knees, arms lifted, and you can stay here or drop to that back knee. Take a little back bend, arms back to center. Exhale, hands to prayer center. When you're ready, right elbow outside of the left knee. Hands are stacked, elbows stacked. Lengthen up as you look down to your left toes. And as you exhale, take your twist. Look to your hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Look to your elbow. Lengthen and twist. Maybe look over your shoulder. And then when you're ready, back to prayer center. Knee comes down if it's not already there. Left leg wiggles to the top left corner of your mat. And the right leg goes long and straight on your mat for your runner's lunge. Press into the block. Open up the left foot onto the pinky edge side. Slip on down to whatever works for you. Forearms to block or forearms to mat. Breathe. Time for a side plank. Straighten the arms. Press into the earth. Right shoulder over the right wrist. Left foot goes back to meet the right. Take the variation of plank, side plank, that works for you. Right now, lift the arm up to the sky. Breathe. Left arm is high. Gaze goes up and finish. Hand comes down. You're back to a down dog. Pedal it out and shake your neck. Still your dog. Walk your feet to meet your hands or hands to meet your feet. Halfway lift. Hands to your shins. Back is flat. Lengthen through the crown of your head and your tailbone. Exhale. Fold forward. Again, hands. Capture your calves. Get a little help here. Hug your elbows in. Hold on to your calves and fold even more forward. Little bend in your knees. Might feel good. Breathe. Inhale. Arms sweep up like that reverse swan dive. Arms come up. Extended mountain. Let's do tree. Hands to prayer center. When you're ready, tree. Lots of ways to do it. You could have your foundational foot standing on a block if you like that. You could have a chair nearby for extra balance. It's all good. Don't sweat it. I'm going to root into the left foot. Right knee, open it to the side of the room. You can kickstand the foot right here. You can slip the foot up to your calf. You can bring it even higher up onto your thigh. The only place you don't want to put it is on your knee. All right, you don't want your knee to go sideways, right? All right, check out your hips. Place your hands on your hips. Press the foot into the leg and the leg back into the foot. Shoulders and hips should be equidistant to the front of the room. You don't want one hip way forward or one shoulder way forward. Lengthen up, straighten up, you got this. Hands now to prayer center. You can stay right here. Maybe grow your branches like a tree and sway them. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Chest is lifted. Breathe. Challenge your balance a little bit more, as if it's not challenged enough, by trying to close your eyes a little bit and taking a long blink. If you fall out, no big deal. Get right back in. Hands back to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Right foot meets left. Take a breath here in your Samastitihi pose. Strength, capability. Your effort is going to pay off with your accomplishments. Let's do it again. Tree on the other side, root through your right leg, open your eyes. Bend the left knee to the back of the room. Sole of the foot wherever you want to place it. Maybe a chair is here to help too. Slip the leg on up to wherever seems right for you today. Just don't put it on the knee. Press the foot into the leg and the leg back into the foot. I say it every time, but it's a really good cue to find your balance. And that's what we want to have, right? Balance in all we do. Hands in prayer. Gaze up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. I love a pose like this because the balancing poses really bring you into the present moment. Can't think about anything else. You got to focus on this moment, and that's good. Grow your branches. Sway your branches. Try to close the eyes a little bit or take a little bit longer of a blink. Hands back to prayer center. Knee, guide it to the front of the room. Left foot meets right, hands at prayer center, eyes closed. You got your Samastitihi pose again. You're doing it. You're putting in the effort, and you're going to accomplish a lot. All right, from our tree pose, now let's go into eagle pose, Garandasana. Eagle pose, this is a big compression of the major joints. Let's do it. It's kind of fun. Bend your knees. Remember how we did that earlier? Really sink the hips back. Sink low and hold here. Hands. They can stay right where you got them in prayer center. You can bring one hand to one shoulder, the other hand to the opposite shoulder. Stay right here. You could lengthen through the arms. Sweep the right arm under the left. Bring your palms to touch and squeeze the elbows down as you glance over your fingertips. Now, left foot's going to be our foundation. I'm going to take the weight out of my right leg and I'm going to cross it over my left. You can stay right here. Maybe the top of your right foot, you hook it behind your left calf. Sink lower and try to bring your shoulders back more over your hips. Squeeze the elbows down, compression in your major joints. Hold here. Now we're not going to totally come out of it yet. We're going to go to eagle-armed airplane. So keep your arms as they are, but uncurl the leg. Send the leg to the back of the room. Let your pinky edge side of your fingers reach toward the mat, parallel to it. Right leg lifts, right hip dials down. Now reach your fingers more to the front of the room. Here's your eagle-armed airplane. Let's finish it. Right leg meets left, arms uncurl, extended mountain. Breathe. Other side. Bend your knees, sink lower. Come on, you can do it. Put your hands however you like. Sink your hips back more. Breathe. When you're ready, I'm going to sweep the left arm under the right this time. Palms touch, elbows squeeze down. Look over your fingertips. You can stay right here. You don't have to add in the legs. It's up to you. Right leg is going to be firm on the earth. Left leg lifts. Maybe cross it. Maybe the top of the left foot behind the right calf. Sink lower. Find your balance. If you fall out, no big deal. Get right back on in. Game's not over, right? Just get back in. Come back in. You're stronger. You're capable. Come on, you can do it. Squeeze all you got. Eagle-armed airplane. Leg releases. Leg goes to the back of the room. Maybe you kickstand it. Hinge forward. Left leg lifts, lifts, lifts. Challenge yourself. How high do you want to take it? If you fall out, no big deal. Get back in. Reach the fingers toward the front of the room. Bring your body to like a capital letter T shape. Hold it. Eagle-armed airplane. Let's finish. Left foot meets right. Uncurl your arms. Send them high on up to the sky. Big breath in. Big breath out. Samastitihi. Close your eyes. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Let it go. Let's do dancer now. All right, dancer pose. You could use your strap if you want. Up to you. I'm not going to use it today. With the arms, sweep the arms on up. Extended mountain arms. Right arm is going to circle, circle, circle to the back of the room. Weight into the left leg. When the hand comes back, reach for the inside of the right foot. Capture it. Your knee is going to be all over the place. Bring it together to meet the left knee. Knees are together. Left arm reaches high to the sky. When you're ready, start to kick into your back hand. As you do that, nice little counterbalance, you reach forward with your left extended arm. So you're kicking back and up. Breathe, kick, lift, and finish. Right foot comes down, both arms go back up. Extended mountain, heart's beating, that's good. Start to circle your left arm around and around to the back of the room. Weight into the right foot. Get your head into this. Weight out of the left foot. Reach your arm down, capture the inside of your left foot. You could use that strap as well. Knees come back together, lengthen out of your right arm. That's an important part. Now start to kick into your back leg. Maybe you don't go very far. That's okay. Nobody's judging you. Don't judge yourself. Be happy with what you can do. Don't focus on what you can't do. Reach forward, kick back, kick up, and lift and finish. Left foot meets right, hands back to first center. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. You did it. Let's do Chaturanga Dandasana. Again, we're doing it to get to our half pigeon pose. So let's do that. Hinge forward at the waist. Inhale, halfway lift, back is flat. Exhale, plant your hands, walk them forward. High plank to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's meet in down dog. Inhale, right leg kicks high. Exhale, sweep it through, bringing the right knee behind the right wrist with your left leg going long on your mat. Top of the left foot on your mat. Work your right shin, if you like, a little more parallel to the top of the mat. Breathe here, hands can be on the mat. You could take a block, slip it under your right glutes, and the purpose of it is to keep your hips equidistant to the mat, because the tendency is to collapse into the hip of that bent leg side. Try the block and see how honest it keeps you. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. And when you're ready, if you'd like, slip on down to your hands. Let the hands crisscross, elbows wide to the side. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Let it all go. Send your breath to your hip. Soften in your shoulders. It helps with the hips as well. Let's finish. Not in this pose very long today. That's the nature of this practice. Come back other days to maybe hold the pose longer. Press into your hands. Tuck your back left toes under. It's like a little kickstand. Move the block and then send your right leg up for a three-legged down dog. Shake your hip any way you like, whatever feels right. Plant the right foot next to the left, other side. Left leg kicks high. Exhale, sweep it through. Left knee, left wrist, right leg long on your mat. Work the shin if you want. A little more parallel to the top of your mat. You don't have to go very far. Do what feels natural and comfortable for you. Boy, everybody's knees are different, aren't they? So do what is right for you, just for you. Right leg is long. I'm going to slip the block under my left glute to keep my hips equidistant to the mat. You can stay here on the hands. You can slip on down to your forearms. You can rest your head on your mat. And really rest. Let the tension in the hips go. I know, more easily said than done, but just try not to hold on to the tension in your head. Maybe sigh it out. You got more space in your hips than you think. Rediscover it. As you're ready, time to come out of our half pigeon pose. Press into your hands. Straighten the elbows. Remove the block. Right foot is now kickstanded, toes tucked toward your shins in a dorsiflexion. Left leg goes back and circle it out in a three-legged down dog. Come back to your four-legged down dog. Tailbone high to the sky. Push into your arms. Paddle your feet. Shake your neck. Let's go back into that Bagster-loving down bear pose. All right, hinge forward, knees hover, shoulders over your wrists. Hold on here. You are strong. Don't give in to doubt. You've got it. Believe in yourself. You are capable. You are able. You're putting in the effort. It's going to pay off. Bear plank. Finish up. Come on down to your knees. Have a seat. I'm going to grab a drink. Send your legs long on your mat. All right. Legs are long. Toes are up. Arms go up too. Lengthen up. Exhale, reach forward. Let the low back decompress. Reach your hands forward. Toes are up toward the sky. Reach, reach, reach. Big breath in. Belly presses against the thighs, kind of lifting you up a little bit. And then let it go. Reach towards your hands. Reach your hands towards your toes, your calves, whatever. Hug the knees in and fold forward. Come on back up, shoulders over your hips. When you're ready, let's come to our bottoms. We're already there. Bend your knees, hands to purse center. Let's do bridge. Come all the way down to your bridge pose. Shoulders are down, heels up towards your bottom, arms down by your sides. When you're ready, press the weight into your feet and lift your hips on up. Breathe. Wiggle your shoulders closer to your spine. Hips are nice and lifted. Hold them here. Interlace your fingers behind your low back and press your pinky fingers into the mat. Kind of awkward. Breathe. It is for me. Maybe it's a piece of cake for you. Arms release. Roll your spine down. One vertebra at a time. Send your legs long. Press on up to a seated position and find a block or two. Send your legs wide. Blocks in between your legs. Lengthen up. Exhale, hinge forward. Toes up toward the sky. Hinge forward. Maybe rest your head on this configuration of blocks. Maybe remove a block or two as time goes on. Maybe reach your hands toward your ankles. Maybe that feels nice. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, surrender your chest toward the earth. Slowly come on up, shoulders over your hips. Move your blocks aside. Let's do a couple of things for our spine. Okay, first one we'll do is cobra pose. Excuse me. So you need to come onto your belly. Come onto your belly. Hands underneath your collarbones. Nose, chin down on your mat. Zip your legs up. Big toes touching. This is kind of awkward in that you want to push the tops of your feet into your mat. They tend to want to pop up. If you have a friend nearby, they can hold your feet down. It feels really nice and you really get some nice lift. Take a big inhale and a big exhale. On your next inhale, lift your chin, your nose on up. Ooh, feel the compression of your low back. Try to keep your feet down. And then your hands, maybe lift them up. Maybe come onto your pinkies, or not your pinkies, come onto your fingertips. Lift, squeeze. Squeeze the shoulders toward your spine. Squeeze your elbows toward your feet. Breathe. Come on down. Turn your head so your left cheek is on your mat and your arms come down by your sides. Shoulders away from the ears. Turn your head a little bit more, maybe bringing the ear onto the mat. One of those little things, little refinements, It's just your cheek on the mat. That's okay, but head back to the midline. Arms are down by your sides. Bend your knees. You could use your strap here if you like, but I'm going to reach around and capture the outsides of my ankles. Wiggle the knees back to the midline, hugging the heels towards your bottom. Let your shoulders relax. And then what you're going to do is kick into your hands. Kick into your hands, lift out of the shoulders, lift the thighs up off of your mat, gaze forward down your nose, lift in your floor bow, and then finish. Come on down, arms by your side. Turn your head so your right cheek, or your right ear is on your mat. Breathe. Chin back to the center of your mat. Hands underneath your collarbones like we did a moment ago in Cobra. Straighten through those elbows. Push into the earth. Press on up. This is your seal pose. Soften in your glutes. Let it be. Come on up to standing on your knees. Find a block and let's do Camel Ustrasana. This is a big pose and it's not for everybody. You take it to what is right for you. No prize for hurting yourself, that's for sure. And no prize for how far back you go. Just take it to what is right for you. Bring the block between your ankles. Hands to your low back. The block is at its highest height. Hands to your low back like they're going into pockets of jeans. Squeeze your elbows towards your spine. You feel like your chest open up. Feels pretty good. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Then look up overhead. You're pushing your hips forward this whole time. Maybe you look directly overhead as if a raindrop were going to come right down and hit you right between the eyes. Maybe you take it even farther and look to the back of your room. Perhaps you reach for your block. Perhaps you reach for your heels. Chest stays lifted. Look to the back of your room. And finish by putting your hands on your low back. And then coming back up. Shoulders over your hips. Remove the block. Have a seat on your heels. Hands to your thighs. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Let it go, let it go, let it go. All right, come down to your block, come down to your back. Find your eye shade and your towel and bring them up near your shoulders. Let's do a supine twist. Come all the way down to reclined. Left toes are drawn toward your left hip. Drive through your left heel toward the bottom of the mat. Bend your right knee, interlaced fingers, hug your right knee in. Squeeze it in. Think of all the air coming out of your belly. Breathe. Circle the ankle in one direction then the other. Using the left hand, guide the right knee across the midline of your body. So you're rolling onto your left hip. Right arm tees out and maybe look to your right. Finish, bring your right hip back down to the earth. Hug the knee in one more time. Right leg goes long, letting the right leg go really long, driving the heel to the bottom of your mat. Drag your left heel, left knee on up. Interlaced fingers, hug under the right knee, soft shoulders. Maybe you stay right here. Maybe you just want to see how tightly you can compress it. Right hand guides the left knee across the midline of your body. Both shoulders stay down. That's kind of the ticket here. Keep that left shoulder down. Right hand is guiding the left knee to the right side of the body. Left arm tees out, and you look left. Finish up. Gaze back up to the sky. Left hip comes down. Hug the left knee in one more time. Send both legs long. Drive both heels toward the bottom of the mat. Bend both knees, pulling them up with your strong core, pulling them up, up, up toward your chest. Left hand takes control of the left knee. Right hand grabs under the right knee. Happy baby, Ananda Balasana. Rock a little bit from side to side. And if you want, capture the insides of your calves. And lastly, if you want, capture the insides of your heels. Hold your heels in your hands. Send one leg high to the sky, then the other, and rock a little bit from side to side in your happy baby pose. Send both heels high up to the sky. You're holding on to them, so you got lots of control here. Kind of open up the legs into the shape of the letter V. Open them up. Pinky toes come toward the earth. Open them up, hold on to your feet, open up your legs, and then finish. Knees come back to the midline. Bend your knees. Best pose is yet to come. Send your legs long. Find that eye shade and or little towel. Cover your eyes. Legs are long on your mat. Bring your heels toward the edges of the mat. Arms down by your sides. Just get comfortable. A nice way to do this is to wiggle your shoulder blades, kind of tuck them under. And breathe. Eyes are closed. You put forth a lot of effort, and it has paid off. Just let the body have this moment to absorb the goodness of all your hard work. Don't just rush off to something else. Appreciate what you've got, and appreciate and be proud of what you just did. Breathe. Body is heavy. Soften the area between your eyebrows. Unclench your jaws if your teeth are touching. Remove the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Really try to let everything go. Deep, peaceful breaths in and out. Total stillness, just your belly rising and falling. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. If you can stay longer, enjoy perhaps this only little bit of peace in your entire day. Stay right here. If it's time for you to conclude your hour, start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Work that motion up into the hands and the feet, and then the wrists and the ankles. Just move them around so they feel good. On your inhale, reach high overhead and take a big good morning stretch. And as you exhale, bend your knees, roll onto one hip or the other, bend your elbows, roll onto that shoulder. Use your low arms bicep as a pillow for your head. Soften in your top shoulder, keeping your eyes closed. Savor a deep cycle of breath here. Slowly, as you are ready, maybe you keep the eyes closed. Press on up, either use your hands or not, and come on up to a comfortable seated position. Keep your eyes closed. Bring your hands to prayer center. Remember, we started there. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Reflect on what you just did. You accomplished a lot. It may not have been perfect, but what's perfect anyway? But you did, and that is what counts. Be proud of yourself and be happy with your accomplishments. Gently blink your eyes open. All right, that stress number we took in the beginning, was it then, and what is it now? Don't you feel more mobile in your body? And that's so important. And not only in your body, but in your mind and in your spirit as well. It just feels really good to move. So keep moving. Drive yourself to move. Move every single day. Tell your friends about our yoga. It's free every day, online, live most days. And it's free for everybody. It's 1 hour long. Come check us out. Do what you can. So do what you can with what you got today and have fun. Enjoy your day. Love you guys. See you on your mats tomorrow. Bye. Hey, Bonnie. Oh. You silly girl. Bonnie, come. Good girl. Good girl. They do their yoga every day. We should take a cue from our cats and dogs, right, Allison? Have a good day, everybody. Goodbye. How's your little pumpkin feeling? It's that time of year. It is a fun, festive week. Make it fun, make it festive. Do your yoga. Continue to do your yoga. I am glad that you guys are sticking around. You guys are my friends. Thanks for letting me come do yoga with you. I bet you're feeling pretty good in your bodies. Keep it up. Tell your friends about our yoga. It's free for anybody and everybody. They can do it from the privacy of their own home, and they can feel as good as you do, right? So tell them about the yoga. If you'd like to support our broadcast, you can visit our website. It's www.316yoga.com. See you on your mat tomorrow, and enjoy the season.